Come on in, y'all. We back. It's Legba Day. So you know what we gotta do. I gotta finish my cigar, man. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. My niggas flirt with silver tigers on my shirt and alligators. You want to see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Lighten this up for Legba. Ashe Legba. Ashe to my grandfather, James Thomas Freeman. Ashe to my uncle, Jaja. You know, they were all cigar connoisseurs. They both love cigars. So I'm not a cigar smoker, but I'm just lighting this up for them. Come on in, y'all. Come on in the room. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a while. It's been a while since y'all seen me. IFB, what's good, bro? What's good, man? I'm gonna see, can I get some people in the building before I start? Some people in the room. If not, I might do it tomorrow. After realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10, I then began to encounter with my counterpart to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections, drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately, Frank the deputy. Took the gun, my Smith & Wesson, like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's player. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. I'm still Jenny from the block. I have a little, now I have a lot. Wherever I go, I know where I came from. By the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. I have a little, now I have a lot. Who all we got up in here? What's up? Who we got? I've grown up so much. I'm married now and loving it. Rumors got me laughing, kid. I love my life and my public. Put God first, can't forget to stay real. Come on in, come on in. Lighten up this cigar for Legba and my grandfather, Brother James Thomas Freeman. Also for my uncle, James Archery Freeman. Guns on both sides, right above the gold wires, I 4-5 them. Kill a nigga on my song and really do it, that's the true meaning of a ghost rider. This is a good cigar. This comes from Nicaragua. It's an okay cigar. I want to try some different ones though. I want to try some different ones. All right, y'all, I'm about to get started. Gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. Gotta put my cigar out. What he said, I just bite it. I only do it for the look. I don't light it, but I lit mine. All right. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Won't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Won't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting everything together. I'm over here got a small head high. I'm not used to smoking cigars. I'm really not. All right, we back. We back, y'all. What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Or like the baby issue likes to say, what are you doing? Hero, what are you doing? All right, so we're back. Gotta hit y'all with these energies. Let y'all know what's going on right now. Let me cut this down just a little bit. All right. Let me see. Come on in, sun goddess. Come on in. Come on in, sun goddess. I'm in a mood. Oh, God. Come on in, y'all. The energy right now is real heavy. It's real heavy and it's real crazy. But if you can understand the ingredients and the mythology that's behind the spell, you'll never be fooled. You'll never be fooled. What's up, sun goddess? Wait, let me put my phone on do not disturb right quick before I get started so I won't have no interruptions. Okay. So it's been a while since I've seen y'all. It's been a while since I've done this. I've just been so wrapped up in this baby issue animation that I've been heavily working on. You know, heavily working on. I've been running across a lot of different issues that I've been having to figure out, you know, creative ways to get over those issues. What's up, the divine hottie? What's good with you? But alas, it looks like you have a map in your hand. Yes, this is the natal chart for today. As of let me see. As of 9:03. So this is the natal chart for today. I'm so glad I got this other phone, so that way I can use both of my phones to do this. So yeah, man, it's been a lot of things have transpired since we last talked. You know, we're at the ending parts of the Will Smith and Jada saga. You know, so now it's time for a new spell. It's time for a new spell that's going on right now, and there's a lot of different players that is now the Will Smith and Jada situation. That situation kick-started this spell, you know, and I don't know what's coming ahead.
there's got to be something real crazy, something real crazy that's coming ahead, because this push to to separate black men and black women from wanting to deal with each other. um this shit is crazy, you know. Like, with these spells that's going on right now, um if you believe in this wholeheartedly, if you believe in this spell wholeheartedly, you know, when the rapture, when whatever this rapture that's coming, when this rapture does come, and you see a black woman that look a certain way, that have a certain disposition, and she needs help, you know, before that natural instinct in your mind comes to help that particular black woman, um all of these program spell phrases is gonna come up in your head, that's gonna make you not want to do it, you know. And this has already been working in the sense of, what's up, Thigh Designs. This has already been working in the sense of, you know, black women and black men, you know. And it's not gonna do nothing but get worse, especially with this new spell. Now, now I've heard that Chloe Bailey got a new video out. I think it's called Treat Me. And we know now, you know, if y'all check my last video about my last video, or if y'all check the live stream that I did last year called the Jezebel Isabel spell, I explained in detail who Chloe Bailey represented in that vein, you know. And we know the mythological character that she's playing. You know, she's playing the Medusa character. And they're gonna try a few different type of programming with her. You know, they're gonna try a few different programming with her, and see which one stands out the most. And right now, the Medusa programming with her is standing out the most. So they gave her another video called Treat Me, and I gotta watch that video, and I may do a breakdown on it. But this is all you know, this is all the ingredients that is a part of this Shango and Oshun spell that's going on right now. So before I talk about the spell, let's talk about the Orisha Pataki story that is going on right now. So a lot has happened in the Orisha kingdom. You know, a lot of things have transpired. When we last left off, you know, Shango, not forcibly, but, you know, Shango, you know, in an act of charisma and just raw alpha masculinity, not only did he smash his brother's wife, but not only did he smash her, she literally uprooted, and now, you know, she's living with Shango, you know. And, you know, in Shango's egotistical mind, you know, he felt like this was a win, you know, until that feeling wore off. And dealing with Oya, that feeling wore off real quick, because it wasn't until Oya and Shango were in the same castle, you know, in the same vicinity, that Shango realized, you know, he slowly started to realize, you know, maybe I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, dealing with Oya, you know, because, you know, when you're in that egotistical situation and you see this girl and you want to smash her, you know, you're not thinking about the long run a lot of times, you know, my young kings, you know, we're not thinking about the long run, you know. And if you checked out my video that I did about I think it was about the wifey, the bad chick and the wifey or something like that, or the boss chick and the wifey. I was talking about how Shango and Oya, they had no business trying to be a couple, you know, because Oya, you know, she's too chaotic, and she needs that old order in order to, you know, in order for her to act right. And Shango, you know, he's trying to move away from the old order. You know, he's trying to do his thing. And even though his thing, it attracts Oya, you know, sexually, and you know, she can make it look like that she's gonna follow him and all of that, but at the end of the day, it's not strong enough for Oya. You know, Oya can easily slip through different cracks, and you know, Shango's weaknesses are on his sleeve, other than with Ogun. See, with Ogun, he's so hard, and he's so you know, hardened, that you'll never see Ogun sweat, you know. So her mind is always in a frenzy dealing with Ogun, because, you know, she really don't know how he's gonna react a lot of different times. You know, when she does certain things that she knows she's not supposed to do. So, you know, after getting beat a few times, and getting, you know, like Simple to P, you know, getting your hair frizzled up, and, you know, now you need a hairdresser, you know, and a makeup artist. You know, a few of those happen to you, you know, you're gonna eventually straighten up and fly right, you know. But Shango, on the other hand, you know, he's not that type of guy, you know. So Oya, when it came to the relationship wise, you know, she was able to run all over Shango, you know, because the only arena that she really, you know, kind of respected Shango was, you know, the business realm, you know. And even with that, you know, there's a Pataki talking about that behind Shango's back, Oya took some of his powers. Oya found out the secret of Shango's powers, and then Oya, she went in and got some for herself. So now, not only can Oya cause storms and you know, and winds and stuff like that, now Oya has the power to breathe fire, you know. So now she's transforming into the dragon. She's transforming into a chaotic dragon, because she's not Ada yet. She's not Ada yet, you know. So she represents that version of Charizard that Ash, you know, it was the version of Charizard with Ash. You know, Charizard was a wild card, because he didn't want to obey. You know, he didn't want to obey Ash. You know, that's the version of Oya. That's the version that Oya turned into, because, you know, she didn't understand the responsibility that came with the power that she now has. You know, and when you think about a lot of women today, you know, when you think about a lot of women today, and, you know, they have this notion, you know, I can do it all on my own. I can do it bad by myself. You know, you don't got to be in the children's life. I can raise them by myself. I seen this one video where this girl was like, before I ask my baby daddy to help me, I'll be homeless on the street. And I'm like, damn, you know, what about the kids? What about the children? You know, that's why, you know, a lot of the issues that you see today, they have no sense of order. You know, they have no sense of rules, no sense of order. You know, they act very feminine, you know, Um, because the only authority that they've had to live up to all this time was a authority of the chaotic Oya mother. Because Oya, she can only transform into Edo. She can only do that with Dambala. You know, she can only transform into Unyansa when Uncle Legba is there. You know, Oya Oya is the true transformational goddess, and she gets that from her mother Yemoya, because Yemoya, she's also a transformational goddess. You know, which means that um only with certain stimuli that brings order will you have the capacity to fully transform into something else. You know, so a lot has happened, you know, during Shango and Oya's relationship. A lot of good things happen, and a whole lot of bad things happen. You know, um, just like with the situation with Will and Jada. You know, everybody's coming down on Will, and before different eyes can look at Jada, she's already put out there, yo, I didn't tell him to do that. You know, I don't need protection. I know karate. You know, I know judo. I know karate. I don't need nobody to protect me. You know, and that's on the physical end. And then on the spiritual end, you got the Scorpio Megan Good, Scorpio Moon Megan Good. You know, she left the spiritual a spiritual orderly man, you know, which is the pastor, you know, spiritually orderly. You know, he's that version of Shango that Oya can run all over. You know, because his alpha essence, it comes with his spirituality, and your spirituality, you know, when you're talking about Christianity, your spirituality is based on something or someone outside of you. So in essence, as a Christian, you know, spiritual man, that is deep into that religion, you're giving up a lot of your power to something that's outside of you that don't even really work for you like that. So how can a woman, you know, that is a Oya that needs order, how can she look to you for respect, and you're bowing down on your knees to a power that's higher than you? You know? And my mother and my grandmother always told me, if you don't want to serve the Lord, you gotta serve somebody. You know? So when you think about, you know, and this is how a chaotic Oya, this is her mindset. My Scorpio is in the third house, so I know how Oya thinks. You know, the reason why she respected Ogun, is because Ogun is so powerful and he's so feared that the police, if she try to call the police and the police find out that you know they got to go to Ogun, ma'am, our jurisdiction, we can't go out there. You know, the power that Ogun have, you do something to him, you do something to Ogun, just like Eshu, you are no longer safe in the streets. You know, that's power. And I hate to say it, but you know, the Christian men that follow the religion, they don't believe it. They don't believe in that. You know, they don't believe in that type of alpha essence. You know, so it's very easy for a Oya, you know, to leave that because, yo, you know, I need something extremely powerful to transform me. You know, and even though Megan Good ex-husband is a very nice, nice guy. You know, he's an all right guy, but energetically they had no business being together, you know. So in the media, y'all seen, you know, some instances of some real bad. There were some deaths that happened. There was some real bad situations that happened with couples that had no business being with each other for one reason or another. There was this black guy and this white woman that he was with just up and stabbed him and killed him, you know. And when you look at the situation, I'm like, yo, they had no business being together. Like, you know, you don't got no homies, you don't got nobody to let you know, like, yo, you know, what's up, Multiverse Speaks? You know, and you're seeing a lot of situations going on right now. It's between couples who had no business being with each other. You know, when Eshu is with a white woman, he pimping her. You know, he's not trying to be in a relationship. He's not trying to be in a monogamous relationship with a white woman. You know, and if he is with a white woman, she's a fairy and she's Tina Marie. And if you don't know who Tina Marie is, Tina Marie was a melanated soul in a white body, in a white woman's body. And if you want to refute me on that, you know, go to your grandmother and go to your auntie and your grandfather and look at their old record collection. And see, don't you find, out of all the black records, don't you find a Tina Marie record in there? You know, the black people, you know, we all respected Tina Marie. You know, I like that little dude pick you made. What have I missed, y'all? So Shango dodged Oshun. I've always believed. Yeah, we just getting started. I'm setting the precedent for what I'm gonna talk about with this spell. Shango dodged Oshun. No, he didn't dodge Oshun. You know, he didn't dodge her. I ain't got to that yet. Oh, so the baby issue, I'm not going to show y'all anything else regarding the baby issue until I can make him talk and he got clothes on. You know, because that's gonna be like the big, that's like the big reveal. You know, I just want him to talk. You know, I want him to be able to move his mouth and be like, hello, I'm a baby. You know, and then the next thing y'all are gonna see the fully rigged, fully clothed baby issue in the environment that I created. And I wanna have like an objective. I wanna have a objective to where, you know, the baby issue, he has like a dog or something. He has his pet dog. And you gotta run around Oya's house to catch him. You know, and I want to use like a cinematic type of visual. Like I got so much, like my ideas is just so heavy with this baby issue animation, you know. But the main thing that I had to learn, and this is what Shango had to learn as well, I had to learn how to optimize my workflow. You know, that's what Legba has been teaching me about optimizing my workflow. You know, and you know, once you get to that point where you understand what Orisha you represent, you can optimize your workflow and it'll be to your best. You know, it'll be to your best you know, settings or whatever. You know, so with me being a Eshu Legba, you know, with me being a version of Eshu that came here to be a Legba, a messenger, you know, Um, we know that Eshu, he's never able to go in through the front door, you know. Um, and he doesn't really get a lot of help until he's proven himself in some way, you know. But until then, you know, he can't really go into the front door, you know. The Eshu, he got to go in through the back door and the side door, you know. And sometimes he might go on top of the roof and cut a hole through the roof and come in through the roof, you know. Now, in this world that we live in, we're all taught a certain way. You know, the easiest way is to pay. You know, that's why I say money is the root of all evil, because even if you want to, even today, if you want to be a babalao today, if you got enough money to pay a scammer in Africa, you can be a babalao. And you don't have a lick of spirituality within you. You can be a soulless being with money. You can be a soulless being that got money, and you can pay some Nigerian babalao people, and they'll, you know, you pay them the 25,000 or 2,500 or whatever, and they give you the ceremony, and now you're a babalao, and you haven't proven yourself spiritually at all. And you got and you're gonna have people coming to you like you know shit. You know, that's what I don't like about money, because it's certain things that you just can't buy. You know, and this is something that Eshus, Babaluayes, Legbas, you know, we understand this, because a lot of times we come up poor. So we can't buy our way into success. You know, we got to work hard. You know, or if you're Eshu, you know, you might have to rob a little bit. You might have to steal a little bit. You know, steal from the rich. You know, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but what I'm saying is everybody has their own workflow, and you can't go by what society has put in front of you, because that may not be your workflow. You know, I'm over here stressing, you know, because I can't buy this software, I can't buy this program, I can't do this, I can't do that. And I'm like, damn, like I'm at a standstill. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing else, because, you know, I don't have, you know, $2,000-$3,000 to pay for all of this stuff. You know? And right when I was about to give up, I had this it was like this spiritual energy kind of slapping me, like, yo, like, so you're gonna let all of these ideas, you're gonna let all of this stuff go just because you can't get in through the front door? You know, just because, you know, you can't optimize your workflow the way everybody else has to do it? Do you remember who you are? And then I had to sit back like, wait, Eshu never goes in through the front door. You know? Now, this is the thing. I never sat up here and preached, or I never sat up here and thought that this was all gonna be 100% free. You know, it wasn't. It was just gonna be 100%, you know, easy and free. No, because when you're doing something, when you're trying to find a optimize your workflow, and it's not on the beaten path, you know, the creators of the beaten path, they make sure to put certain stumbling blocks in your way to make you want to give up and go with their workflow. And the baby Eshu, he knows this going in, you know. So yeah, you know, I still had to pay for some stuff. I'm gonna put it like that. I still had to pay for some stuff. But it wasn't even, it's not even near the amount of money that I would have had to pay had I went through the front door. That's all I'm gonna say with that. So the show is going on. The baby Eshu is being created. He's gonna have clothes on. He's gonna talk. He's gonna be programmed into this Unreal Engine 5, and the show is gonna go on. I'm gonna do this animation. You know, I already got a beautiful baby Oshun woman. I got a woman that's going to that I'm gonna look at as far as modeling the baby Oshun after, you know, and then I'm gonna be looking for some more baby Oshuns because there's gonna be many, you know. And that's what you have to learn. You got to learn your workflow. You have to learn how to optimize your workflow. And at the end of the day, as long as your workflow is producing results, you know, positive, good results, you know, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks about your workflow, because it's your workflow, you know. So I had to go off on a tangent and talk about that, because, you know, the reason why Shango and Oya, the reason why they had to call it, they had to call it quits, you know, the reason why Ogun had Obatala had to step in was because he saw that they wasn't gonna work out, you know, because their workflow was different. You know, Oya, she can work very well in chaotic situations. I'll give that to Oya. Oya, one of her greatest specialties, one of Oya's greatest specialties is being able to be in a chaotic situation and organize it. You know, my mother, she even though, you know, as a child, you know, I talked about this a lot. You know, we had a sewer behind our house, you know, so we had, you know, a lot of bugs and stuff come in and stuff like that. But my mom, she always kept a clean house every Saturday, and you know, every Saturday, once the Saturday morning cartoons go off, if I wanted to play my game, I had to help my mom clean up. And you know, my mom, you know, she move around real slow like I do, you know. So you know, cleaning up, if you want to have enough time in the day before bedtime to play your game, you might as well sacrifice a few of those Saturday morning cartoons so you can go ahead and get the house clean, because it's going to take all day. It's going to take all day to clean that house, you know. So I give that to Oya. But for Shango to optimize his workflow, you know, he had to be with a Obanani. Now, as you can see right now, you know, Obanani, Libra is in the 12th house. You know, hidden things, closed remote places. So right now, Obanani, she's in the underworld. She's out of the picture. So what does that mean for the soul family? The spell that this system of soulless beings is trying to put on the people right now, you know, forget about marrying these women. Forget about marrying these women. You know, forget about marrying these men, because they all ain't shit. You know, forget about having a family. You know, forget about having a legacy that you can pass down to your children and all of that. You know, forget about that, because these women ain't shit. These men ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. You know? So, Obanani, she's already in the underworld, you know. You know, she's already transforming into Akasha and all of that. So now, the next one up to be with Shango, the next one is Oshun. You know, so the baby Oshun is all grown up. The baby Oshun, the moon is in 20 degrees in Leo. What's up, Lachey? So the moon is in 10 degrees Leo. So the baby Oshun, she's been on her adventures as well. She's been on her adventure, trying to prove herself to be the queen. And she's done it. She's there. You know? So this is the grown-up Oshun. Okay, what's up, Leo Moon? So this is the grown-up Oshun. And Oshun, she had to put in a lot of work. Let's see where Capricorn is at. Capricorn is in the it got to be in the third house. It's in the third house. So Capricorn is in the third house. So right now, the baby Oshun is a fiery, mystic, and creative character, endowed with strong persuasion powers and a contagious enthusiasm. Success can be achieved in philosophy or occultism, as well as in all careers involving iron and fire. From the basic blacksmith to the wealthy owner of an industrial complex. So when the baby Oshun, and this is what I love about Oshun. When the baby Oshun, when she rose to prominence as the queen, she never just thought about herself. She never thought about herself. She made sure that she created a whole industrial complex around Ogun. She did that for Ogun. And not only did she do that, the way Oshun thinks, when if she gives you a baby, she gave you the biggest blessing that you can ever have. She gave Ochosi a baby. She gave Shango 2 babies, 2 twins. She gave Orinle a child. So word has been buzzing around about Oshun. She was the generous queen. When Oshun was in prominence, she was the generous queen. And a lot of y'all know her as the Queen Isis. This is the story of Oshun rising up to prominence and becoming the Queen Isis. Isis, Israel, is Isis Ra-El. Israel. So this is definitely some Queen Isis type of energy, but it's rightfully so. It's rightfully, if you've been working hard and you've been grinding hard, with your mindset and stuff like that. Now let's see about Saturn. So Saturn is in Aquarius in the 4th house. So again, at home, the reason why Oshun is like this is because at home she saw a lot of restrictions with people that she associated with. And who is in the 11th house? Eshu. Eshu is in the 11th house. So she felt sorry. She felt sorry for the restrictions that she saw, innocent people go through in her home. See, Oshun, she wasn't around when Ogun, was doing a lot of the abusive stuff that he did. Hey, what's up, Jessica? Shit, I might light this shit up again. We smoking cigars, y'all mean? Got my cigar right here. Damn, where was I at? So Oshun, she's seen a lot of restrictions when it came to in her upbringing. And she was like, yo, when I become queen, when I become queen, you know, Ogun, I wanna get you out of that hut. I want to get you out of that hut that you live in, you know, where you got to forge for materials, and you don't really got everything you need. And you know, I want to build you a whole industrial warehouse where you got all the materials and you got all the stuff that you can ever need to build the greatest things. And this is the reason why Ogun is very protective of Oshun. See, Ogun, he got a different type of protection around Oshun, you know? And it is Oshun's generosity that gave her that protection. When a baby Oshun is generous, you know, when she's generous and her heart is the biggest thing about her, you know, you'll kill for that baby Oshun. If you see that baby Oshun and she getting robbed somewhere, or somebody pressing her or something like that, the nigga that's pressing her may end up dead. You know, dealing with a baby Oshun that has proven herself with her heart and her mindset. You know, now right now I'm telling y'all, I'm showing y'all the real. And then I'm gonna show y'all the artificial spell that has been placed over this, because this is the real. This baby Oshun, she deserves all the praise. She deserves everything that she got, you know, because she put in the work, because she had a good heart, because she was generous. You know, that's what makes the baby Oshun into a alpha queen. You know, not the stuff that you see in the media. It had nothing to do with her physical appearance, because you know, all of Obatala's female children were extremely beautiful. Goddess of Beauty was kind of like Goddess of Beauty was kind of like one of those, you know, it's kind of like a black person having melanin. You know, we all got melanin. We all got beauty. You know, we all can, you know, unless you got something wrong with you as a woman, we can all have children. Goddess of fertility. But it was those other things, those other characteristics that made her who she is, that really turned her into the queen of queens. You know, unlike what you're seeing in the media, where you got these wayward Oguns, and you know, they're putting themselves in harm's way for chaotic artificial representations of the Oshun energy. You know, Oshun looked out for Ogun, and Ogun looked out for Oshun. It was a two-way street. And you don't see that, you know, if you're looking into the media at this spell that's going on right now. You know, the main reason why you wouldn't get with a black woman is because you're like, yo, when the tables turn and things are all on me, and something, you know, something happens, you know, my girl is gonna be a runner and a track star. She's a runner, she's a track star. She gonna run away when it get hard. You know? And the main thing that Oshun had to prove to Ogun is, no matter what, I'm gonna have your back. As long as you keep, you know, you keep working hard, even when you're not, even when you feel like giving up. What's up, Ashley Williams? Even when you feel like giving up, I'm gonna come and knock on your door, and I'm gonna give you this honey so you can get back up and get back on your grind. You know, that's a real ass friend. That's a real friend. You know, that's a real friend right there. That's gonna do that, because, you know, the baby Oshun, she knows how important Ogun's job is. And if he ever decides to not do that job, that's why we're in this chaotic situation as black people now, because we've condemned our Oguns. You know, we let our Oguns get locked up. You know, we're not allowing our Oguns to give us order. like they used to, you know. So, you know, Shango right now, you know, he's in that stage to where, you know, he's working on himself. You know, he's working on himself. You know, he's trying to self-improve. You know, he just got out of a real chaotic situation, you know. And I was just listening to WDIA. I'm so old school. Ha! WDIA. Wow. That's dope. I ain't even think that they was I ain't even think they was still around. You know? I didn't think they was still around. You know? So let's see what Shango is going through. You know? So where is there it is. So let's see what so right now, what's up Gabby the goddess? So right now I'm telling you, I'm showing y'all the real of what this energy is, so that you can pinpoint the spell that's being casted on us right now, or the spell that's trying to be casted, you know, through the media and all that type of stuff. You know, I think we showed up late. You know. Oh wow, our multiverse. I didn't know you did card readings. And this is just me just showing y'all with the natal chart, you know, about the different energies that's going on. You know. So when we talk about Oya, you know, because this is the relationship that he's coming out of, you know. Obanani, you know, Obanani, she's already gone. She's already in the underworld, you know. And then he had to break up with Oya, because, you know, it was just no way they was gonna work out. So now, you know, Shango, he got this wound, and the wound is in Oshun's house. The wound, the wound that Shango has is in Oshun's house. So this is why Oshun, she feels like she got just what Shango needs to heal him. Because right now Shango is heartbroken. He heartbroken right now. You know? The one thing that Shango is the most known for, you know, when it comes to his relationships, you know, he's very heartbroken right now. And Oshun, she feel like she got just what he need. You know, yeah. And Oshun, she feel like she got just what he needs she got just what he needs to heal. You know. Right now I'm thinking about that song that Brandy and Monica, and I think it was I think it was Brandy and Whitney Houston. It was a song called Count on Me. You can count on me. And remember, Whitney Houston, she was a Leo too. She was either Leo sun or Leo moon. So this song called Count on Me is coming up. You can count on me. And, you know, the baby Oshun, you know, she's used to carrying people on her back. You know, she's used to nursing people back to health and all of that. Oh, Leo sun. So yeah. You know, Oshun, she's used to doing this. So when she sees Shango, and remember, you know, Shango and Oshun, they grew up together. Yeah, oh, okay. It was her and CC Wine. See, hey, I love y'all. Y'all know it. So y'all gotta remember, Oshun, the baby Oshun was around when Shango was with Oya. You know, she was around when Obanani was with her. She was the one that tried to warn Obanani about Oya. And she saw the whole thing transpire. You know? She also saw she saw what happened when Oya was manipulating him to stay with her. So in Oshun's defense, you know, if ain't nobody else capable of nursing Shango back to health, it is Oshun. You know, she's the only one. So when this Oshun, when she wants to nurse you back to health, what is she gonna do? Well, you know, the first thing she's gonna do, she's gonna want to make love to you and give you babies. because Oshun, she feels like, yo, you know, if I give you something, if I give you this precious child, if I give you this precious child that look just like you, you know, it's gonna give you something else to direct your energy towards, because now you see this child, and this child is innocent, and this child is pure, you know, and you know, you can raise this child up to not fall into certain footsteps and certain stumbling blocks that you fell into, you know. And another thing that the baby Oshun, she brings prosperity. You know, you'll never be broke if you got a baby Oshun for a girl, and y'all ain't rolling in money. You're not utilizing her right. You're not utilizing her energy right, because she was put here to bring prosperity, not to be some trophy, that you're just gonna put on a pedestal. And I hate to say this, but this is what Shango end up doing with Oshun. You know, and when you think about Shango, you know, that's what that energy does. I'll pay your rent. I'll wash your clothes. I'll cook your dinner too. Soon as I get home from work, you know, all I do is think of you, think about. All of those songs came from Shango and Oshun being together. And you know, since Oshun, since she loves attention and validation, all I do is, what's that song? I can tell you how I think about you night and day. Da, 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 and day, and day. You know, every day Shango had a new love song for Oshun. Every day he had a new love song. He had a new beat for his drum. You know, he had a new beat for he had a new beat for Oshun. You know, because that's what happens to a broken Shango when he finds someone, and this woman, all this woman wants to do is to heal your heart. You know, all she wants to do is heal your heart. Let me see, what multiverse? Only problem with Oshun's energy is most men don't appreciate the energy. They heal and then get shot out again. I'm just wondering if our divine masculine is ready for her purity. You know. And let's see where the love is at. Shango, is he in La La Land? He in La La Land. Bruh. Shango in La La Land, man. You know, because see Oshun reminds him about the beauty of Yemoya. You know, Oshun, when she's in her bag and she's the generous queen and she got kids, man, she turns into the ultimate homebody, like the ultimate, like Yemoya, you know, Mommy Wat. She turns into Mommy Wata. You know, she when it's a beautiful sight. You know, when a baby Oshun has kids, it's a beautiful sight, because those children have a halo around them, and you can see it. You know, all my Leo moons, if you're a Leo moon and you got kids, you know, your kids got a halo around them. They're so respectful and so graceful, and you know, and so precious. You know, I am adorable, so precious. When you are saying Oshun, you're talking about no, I'm talking about the energy. This type of energy, when a woman displays this, you know, this is what happens. And these are the type of men, these Shangos, these broken Shangos that's coming out of chaotic relationships, and you remind them of their mother. You remind them of their mother. You know, this is the type of, you know, this is what happens. And you know, this is right now, this is the part of the relationship. It was good. You know, we ain't got to the bad yet. But I'm gonna give y'all a secret, because see, only, and I don't want to sound biased, but the only one who truly understands the baby Oshun is the baby Eshu. You know? What's up, Beauty Dark Side? And so the baby Eshu right now, let's see what the baby Eshu, you know, he's in Shango's old house. You know? And Aquarius right now is in where's Aquarius? Aquarius is in the 4th house. So Shango, so the baby Eshu is trying to talk some sense into Shango, but it's hard to talk sense to an alpha male, an egotistical, heartbroken alpha male. It's hard to talk sense to him when he think he found the love of his life. You know? Because see, the thing about it is, you know, just because Oshun has to play this role of a queen, that don't mean that she's walked away from. That don't mean that the baby Oshun that loves to go in the forest with the baby Eshu, that don't mean that version of her has went anywhere. You know? And a Leo moon, a Leo, Queen Yalordes, they are free spirited. You know? And the only way that a free spirited woman is gonna stay in your presence if they feel like that is something that they can assist you with. You know, something spiritual that they can assist you with. And then it's like once they felt like they've done their job, you know, it's time for them to leave. See, Oshun was a muse for Shango. And Shango was a muse for Oya. Now, the reason why both of these relationships ended up failing at the end of the day, because at the end, the reason why they failed is because, you know, this is the underlying lesson. No outside person is supposed to be your muse. No outside person is supposed to get is supposed to have so much power over you that they're your muse. You know, that's why we all have an inner child. I talk about this all the time, getting to know your inner child, doing that shadow work. We all have an inner child that is inside of us, that is lodged inside of us. You know, we all have an inner child that is willing to be our muse. You don't need nobody outside of you to be your muse. And once you start, you know, using looking at people outside of you as your muse, you know, what's the first thing that you try to do? You know, you get possessive after a while. And that's what slowly but surely Shango he started he started trying to be possessive over Oshun, you know. And Oshun is the last one. She's the last one to be to want to be in a possessive type of relationship. And see, the baby Eshu, he understands this about Oshun when she's in the forest. You know, he understands that sometimes when the baby Oshun and the baby Eshu is in the forest and they're la, you know, they're in the forest, you know, Oshun, oh look, it's a birdie over there. It's a birdie. You know, and she might want to transform into a bird and go hang with the birds for a while. Now, the baby Eshu, he never stops moving. He's like, yo, if once the baby Oshun is done being a birdie, you know, she's gonna transform back into a baby and you know, and run after me, you know. But this is, you know, with this type of system, she's chasing after him, you know. And I talk about this all the time. When you're talking about the an amusement park, you know, you don't go to an amusement park every day. You know, you go to an amusement park for a thrill, you know, a thrill. But that thrill is only temporary. You know, amusement parks cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of energy. It costs a lot of money to maintain it. It costs a lot of money for tickets, all of that stuff, you know. But yeah, so damn, where was I at? What was I talking about? So the baby Oshun, you know, when she's with Eshu, she's the one chasing after him. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So when the baby Eshu approaches you, and we all have a baby Eshu, the baby Eshu is gonna be like, what are you doing? You know, he wanna know what you're doing. What are you doing? And if you say, oh, I ain't doing nothing, and then the baby Eshu is gonna be like, well, I'm finna go do stuff. I'll see you later. And as he's walking away, you know, your creative energy starts to walk away along with him. Because the creative energy is Oshun. You know, when the baby Eshu and the baby Oshun, you know, baby Eshu, baby Eshu, hello, what are you doing? And then, you know, the baby Oshun, I ain't doing nothing. Where you going? You know, he started, well, I'm finna go do stuff. I'll see you later. And baby Oshun, wait, where you going? Where you going? You know, and she's saying this while she's running after him. I want to go too. I want to go too. You know, she's running. she's running after Eshu. Where you going? I want to go too. You know, and it's a very dope adventure with them two. You know, and the thing about it is, you know, when the baby Oshun goes to the outside world and she puts on a body, things can get really lonely. Things can get really lonely because she understands that now when you're in the outside world, this is a world where Eshu is not wanted. Eshu is not wanted in the outside world because he shows you how fucked up the outside world is. He shows you how this outside world ain't shit for real. You know, and what creator of a world would want to keep letting in certain people, knowing that when they come in, they're gonna hack and they're gonna break the laws. You know, Eshu, he breaks the laws. That's what he does. He breaks the laws to show you that the laws ain't shit. You know, and that's something that Oshun loves about Eshu. There's never a dull moment with him. You know, and you know, when Oshun helped Shango get his groove back, it was like that. It was like that in their relationship too, for a while. You know, but then, things started to change. He started to be a lot more possessive. He started to be a lot more, damn baby, yeah, you going with me, but why you ain't got no clothes on? Why you? And Oshun is like, what you talking about? What you talking about, babe? I've always dressed like this. It's like, yeah, but I don't want these niggas out here, thinking that they can thinking that they can come up to you and, all of this stuff. And, I think you need to go change your clothes, because secretly, at the end of the day, Shango, he wants to be the only one to truly shine. See, this is the Shango that's a Leo. That is the greatest peak. That is like Shango at his peak, but then this is also Shango at his fall, because the same ego that got him to where he's at is the same ego that made him fall. And then the Sagittarian Shango, the Sagittarian Shango, he's like the old master at the dojo, that trains all the other upcoming kings on what and what not to do. What y'all say? Unfortunately, millions of people are insecure about themselves, so that's why they have a muse. Yeah, that's true. Think about these white people. They gotta have 1 foot off the building, 1 foot on the building. They gotta skydive. They gotta do all of these crazy things in order for them to have a thrill. They gotta engage in all of these weird sexual things, this weird stuff, just to get a thrill. Yes, you have a muse inside of you already. You got a bunch of muses inside of you already. You don't need anyone outside of you to be your muse. Now, if you have some people and they help you to cultivate your creative energy, that's another thing. I ain't talking about that. But if you're just solely depending on another person, for your happiness, for your creativity and for your happiness, it is always doomed to fail. And that is the spell of Shango and Oshun. That's the spell. And I'm gonna give y'all the 12 things that this spell entails. This Shango and Oshun spell. Of an internal muse. Shoot, look at what I'm doing right now. My internal muse is the baby Oshun. Y'all seen him. Let me show y'all. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me show y'all right quick. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Where's my Snapchat? Okay. So this is the baby Oshun. This is my inner child. And this person, this essence is what is inside of me. This essence right here. Now, this is only a filter. So the essence that's inside of me, that is my muse, is even more adorable than that. So every time that I feel like giving up, every time I want to just throw in the towel and just say, fuck this shit. It's too hard. This animation is too expensive. There's no way I can do it. I hear the baby Oshun. And he's like, no, but we supposed to be doing that. We supposed to be doing that. And then I get sad. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. We gonna make it work. And that's how a lot of us is when we have kids. You know, a lot of times your child can be your muse. Because when you feel like giving up, and you feel like, you know, you don't have no creativity, and you feel like all hope is lost, you like, man, I got to get on my grind, because, you know, I don't want my innocent child to starve. You know, I don't want my innocent child that has nothing to do with what I'm going through. You know, I don't want my child I don't want my child to have to struggle because of my depression, and because of what I'm going through. You know? And sometimes that can give you enough creativity to get you out of your funk. That can give you enough creativity to get you out of your funk. You know? Now, when that child get grown, and you haven't gotten to know your inner child, so you can find your own muse, you know, you stop having a reason to live for. And this happens a lot with women. This happens a lot with women. See, men, you know, when our kids get grown, we start living our best life. You know, we start traveling, sailing the 7 seas. You know, we start really living life, you know, doing all the things that we couldn't do. But when women get old, and their muse was their children, you know, a misery sets in that, you know, it's a lot different. I'm gonna just say that it's a lot different. So that's what I mean. You know, is it when I look at my baby pictures, I just look at how innocent baby pictures make me emotional. Yes, you know, but remember, that baby never went nowhere. Just because your meat suit has gotten, you know, some wrinkles in it, and it's gotten some cellulite and all of that stuff, you know, when you close your eyes and you look inside of yourself, that baby is still there. And I say this all the time. What is a baby? BAYBOO. You know, that's what this is. This is a baby. A baby is a love child. I was a love child. You know, my mother and father really, really loved each other when they had me. You know, so when you have when you are a girl, and when you're a girl and you got a boyfriend, and y'all really, really love each other, y'all in that puppy love stage, you call him your boo. And if you're a guy and you got a girl and y'all love each other, you know, y'all in that puppy love stage, you call her your bae. So when y'all two get together and y'all become one, you create a baby. And when you look at a baby, all you want to say is, oh. And that energy, that is an energy that's happening. When you say, oh, you know, it's an energy. It's just like when you're powering up. Because think about it. Let's take it apart. Let's take this apart. You know, the energy part happens first. You feel something in your solar plexus rise to your heart, and it makes you feel joy on the inside when you look at that baby. And then you got to think about, you know, what can I say with my mouth to truly let people know, you know, what is going on, what I'm feeling inside, you know, and you say, oh, you know, it's like a sine wave. It's go, oh, you know, this is very, it's scientific, you know. And we all have a baby. We all have that energy inside of us. Because energy, you know, it doesn't what's the word? It don't die. You know? It's just that, you know, in this hard life, it's hard for us to it's hard for us to have different things, people, places, things, and situations that can bring that energy out. But that energy, that Babu energy, you'll do anything. You know, you'll do anything for that energy. You know. Let me see what y'all saying. I have 6 kids and I'm a child care director. Kids do have the best energy. Yeah, you know, they definitely do. I would hang out with you. It's the Smurf for me. Yeah, because he's always up to something. My inner child is always up to something. You know, and a lot of times, you know, me and my inner child, a lot of times we don't connect and talk until I start smoking. You know, when I got my spliffy on, you know, and I'm rolling up, I'm lighting up. The baby issue, he comes through, but he sound like an elder. You know, that's when I get the elder issue. You know, the 29-degree Virgo, the elder issue. The elder issue comes out. You know, when I start smoking. You know. But in my day-to-day life, you know, he's a small baby. You know. And I want to show that in my animation, you know, and she's gonna be like, hello, I'm Baby, but I'm not Baby, I'm old dude. I'm old dude. You know, every time I think about it, it just makes me want to just laugh and smile, you know, and we all need that. We all, especially with the shit that's going on right now, you need that feeling to laugh and smile. You need that. That's your status. This Queen Yalorde energy, that should be your status. You know, your heart. That's your status. So it looks like we need a Sagittarius Shango. Now this is the thing, because you know, Sagittarius represents the traveling preacher. You know, the traveling philosopher, the traveling preacher. You know, so you gotta be down with that. You know, a lot of times, Sagittarian Shangos get with Dragon Lady Oshuns. Sagittarian Obatalas get with Ado, because these are both energies that can complement, you know, being able to uproot and travel and spread the good news, spread the good message, the good word. You know, ain't nothing like being in front of a Sagittarian Shango, a Sagittarian Obatala, a Sagittarian Eshu. I call Sinful the P the Sagittarian Eshu. You know, because they got so much stories, they got so many stories, they got so much wisdom. You know, it's like, damn, you had a hard, crazy life. You had a wild life. You know, you had a wild life. But you know what? I respect you because of the wisdom. You know? Let's see what y'all saying up in here. I amuse my own self. You know? You can't depend on things. A Capricorn Shango. A Capricorn Shango, that is a Aries moon Capricorn sun. You know, Capricorn Shango, very old fashioned. Capricorn Shangos are very, they want to be unique and individual. They want to show their uniqueness and individual, but they want to do it with the old way. They want to do it through the old way, through the old methods that still work. The Shango that is a Aries moon Capricorn sun, here's a version of Shango that is still gonna be unique and original, but he's gonna want to do it using some of the methods of the old way. You know, so he's the alpha male with a flip phone. You know, you ask the Capricorn Shango, what's your social media? Man, you can hit me up on my email. You can hit me up on my on my Hotmail, and you like, the fuck? I ain't even know Hotmail was still around. I ain't even know Hotmail was still around. You know, like, yo, you can find all my music. You can find my music. I got some CDs with my music on it. You're like, man, my cars stopped having CDs. Stop. Cars stopped having CD players after what? 2011. You know. Now, when you listen to Shango CD, it's gonna be some fire shit. It's gonna be some fire shit. But it's like, damn, Shango, you gotta, in order for this uniqueness and this originality to show, you gotta get with the times. You know, and Shango, this Shango, he's gonna fight you tooth and nail he's gonna fight you tooth and nail with that. But in the end, he's gonna still be a goat. You know. So right now, the ascendant is in Scorpio. You know. So we're talking about the different things. So this is you, your status, um it has to do with your creativity, with things of the heart, with all of those type of things. And your status, the reason why you receive this high status is because you was able to find your own uniqueness and individuality, and find your workflow. So how do you find your workflow? Because I think this is what we're going to be talking about. How do you find your what happens? How because fuck the spell. Because this is how you move around the spell. See, the baby issue, when Oya is casting spells and she's chaotic, the baby issue, he knows how to run and hide. He knows how to run and hide and walk around Oya and go under the spell and go around the spell. So y'all know what the spell is. The spell is for the baby Oshuns, this spell it has to do with vanity, the status of vanity. Your status has to do with beauty and vanity and all of that. So when your status is like that, you're gonna want to naturally attract men who are who are kind of on that as well. And a lot of these type of men, if you're all about vanity and ego and all of that, hypersexuality, hypersensuality, if that's what you're about, you're gonna attract men who have a Chiron and Aries in the 5th house. And since they got this Chiron and Aries, a wound of individuality in their own life, in their own creative energy, in their own entertainment, creative energies and stuff like that. This is what toxic. This is how toxic, narcissistic, toxic, egotistical, possessive, overly possessive relationships. This is how these relationships start. And right now, you're going to see a lot of spells in the media, kind of leading you as a man to feel like, yo, doing those things, doing those puppy love things that Shango was doing, all the love songs and, do I ever cross your mind anytime? That's simp shit. That's simp shit. You know, because you know, this system of soulless beings, they want to push balance. They want to push a balanced wife, a balanced housewife. They want to push that so far into the back of your mind. You know, you're gonna look at you gonna they this system of soulless beings want you to look at all of these women as hoes, especially if their status is based on vanity and pride and ego. And two people with this type of mindset, it's a recipe for disaster. AKA Megan Good got with a battle rapper named Disaster. This shit is all it's all a spell. You know, it's all a spell. Is it ever too late to follow your dreams, even if it seems crazy or make no sense? When you go within and ask your inner child that question, because your inner child don't see age. Your inner child don't see age. Your inner child don't see limitations. You know, and if you really go within and get in touch with your inner child, you know, your inner child is going to give you all the motivation and ideas that you need to still do what you always wanted to do. You know? So that's the spell. So in order for you to go around the spell, you gotta be in your workflow. Because when you're in your workflow, you know, the things that's meant to attract to you is just gonna attract to you. And you know, who doesn't want to have someone that's on their side, that got their back, that's a hard-working friend, that's a hard-working person, and their workflow is so unique to them. You know, can't nobody steal it. Can't nobody steal it because it's their workflow. You know, the sun is in the 6th house, so this is about self-improvement, work, routines, and today was about learning how to create your own workflow. Fuck what anybody else got to say about their workflow, that it works for them. You know, fuck thinking about what society wants your workflow to be, because you know there's no such thing as a streamlined workflow that's gonna work for everybody, because we're not robots. You know. Now, when you're trying to get your workflow together, Oya, the Oya energy, you know, this is what protects you from that. But these are also going to be the personalities that's going to try to get you off your workflow. You know, Scorpio, you know, very secretive. You know, sometimes when you're trying to get your workflow together, you got to be secretive about your moves. There's this hashtag that's going on Instagram right now, and it's called "Don't Let Nobody Know Your Moves." You know, that's why I said I'm not showing no more baby SU footage until he's fully rigged, he's fully clothed, he can talk, and he's within the game. He's within the Unreal Engine. You know, and that's a goal that I'm setting for myself, and I had to create my own workflow in order for me to, you know, to have that. In order for me to achieve this goal. That's the goal that I'm setting. And if y'all want to help me with my goal, y'all can donate. You know, y'all know my donation links. I give readings. You know, my readings never stop. You know, I use that to fund my dreams and to live. You know, www.bandclaptv.com if you would like a reading like this, you know, and also donate, you know, if you want to help me out. But but being a issue, I understand that since so many people have been burnt by wholesome, you know, pretenders, and you know, shout out to Alan Roger Curry, you know, wholesome pretenders and hypocrites and stuff like that. When the baby SU comes around and he really wants to do something worthwhile, and he got all these ideas and he got all this stuff, but He keeps running into little issues like money, like resources, like, stuff like that. It's hard for him to get people to help him because of the people in the past that came with that same energy, but they were manipulative. They was doing secret stuff. Right now in the media, we're finding out that the lady that was over Black Lives Matter, one of the women that was over Black Lives Matter, she spent the money that was meant to help black men and help to combat police brutality. She used that money to buy a big ass mansion. And a lot of these women are getting caught, by doing that. And it leads you to believe, was this really about helping black men fight police brutality? When in all of these spaces, you be hearing women talk down on black men, but then all of a sudden you see some women and they're like, oh, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, all this stuff. And so, we give them money because it seems like a good cause. But then, some Oya shit comes out later that it was all a ploy. So you can live a lavish lifestyle off of the backs of dead black men. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not cool. Because we do have some goddesses out here that love and really wants to see black men, being able to be what they need to be without this government trying to silence you and trying to effeminize you and degradize you and all of this stuff. And I know about these baby Oshuns who are married to black men. These baby Oshuns who care about their black sons and all of that. So me, I would never paint black women with a broad brush, but with this spell going on right now, you're gonna look at every woman as a ascendant in Scorpio, and you're gonna think about all the negative things of Scorpio. You're gonna think about all the negative things that Scorpio is about. So when you're creating your workflow, only deal with people in a need to know basis. I am getting a reading from you as soon as I get paid. Let's go. I always tell people my everything is my bestseller. You will be glad. You will definitely be glad you did if you got an everything is everything reading from me. Because with this ascendant in Scorpio, there's a lot of things that you got to transform about the way you move on an outward level when you're trying to optimize your workflow. Because you got a clean house. You got a lot of rats around you. You got a lot of buggy niggas. You got a lot of buggy people around you. You got a lot of rats. So the first thing that you got to do is to you got a clean house. Oya, this is the crazy part about Oya. Aunt Yansa, Adawato, they don't tolerate dirt. They've been around it too long. So when they rise to prominence and they transform into Aunt Yansa and Adawato, these are Oyas who have a very, very clean house. You're going to take off your shoes at the door. There's certain furniture, you better not sit on it. There's certain dishes that are off limits unless it's a special holiday or something. She got everything in order in her house. The kids are well behaved. I know a dragon lady, Oya, that is a Adawato, and her children are very well behaved. And she's a single mother. Her children are well behaved. She runs a real tight ship, She got a very clean place, and you can have, you can do grown folks things with Aunt Yansa, you know, but you got to be leg by. You can't be just no anybody. You got to be leg by. You got to be Obatala. Um you got to be Dumbala if you want that, you know. And that's the type of tight ship that you got to have. Now, when you're creating, when you're trying to optimize your workflow, you know, um let your attitude towards values and valuables and possessions and stuff like that, let that be about wisdom. When you're getting your resources together for your workflow, you know, be wise, you know, because we know that a flow, flows are ever changing, but you don't want to have to switch up the flow, because because you don't want to have to switch up the flow because of your own attitude towards values and self-esteem and all of this type of stuff. So you give up and you cave in. You know, have some wisdom about how you value yourself, so your workflow can so your workflow can reflect that. You know, so Obatala can help you with that. Oya, she can help you with your outer business. 808. You can talk to 808. You can talk to Aunt Yansa and 808. So you can get your business straight on the outer level. So on the outer level, you look like somebody that don't play. You're not finna mess up my workflow, because my workflow works for me, and this is what makes me the king lion. This is what makes me the Jah lion as a man. The Ra. This is what makes me the Ra as a man. As a woman, this is what makes you the ultimate Isis. And women are the most judged when it comes to this. Because being a divine whore is a workflow for some goddesses. And you would never be respected in certain people's eyes if you find out that that's your workflow. Hey, 1111. I say, oh damn, it just changed, but hey, I still caught it. And so what did Isis do? Isis created a whole temple, the temple of Isis, where she's the queen, and she can be a divine whore, and it's all cool. That's the type of attitude, self-esteem that you gotta have. If you don't like my workflow, you're not gonna steal my joy. Yup, getting shit down. Yup. And that's what I love about Aunt Yansa and 808. Now, when it comes to your mindset on your workflow, it gotta be ironclad. And Ogun can help you with that. And Ogun is telling me, be careful. Be careful of people who try to change your mind. Who's trying to change your mind, because Gemini is in the 8th house. So when you're trying to make up in your mind about your workflow, you're gonna have a lot of double-minded, slick talking people that's gonna try to, keep you from wanting to have this workflow. They're gonna be conniving. Let me tell you. So these are the people that's gonna be trying to make you go against your workflow. Jealous, aggressive characters, reveling in fault finding. The people The people who are going to try to get you off your square and make you not want to be in your workflow are jealous, aggressive characters, people who revel in finding faults, you know. And the only thing that's going to come from it is violence, brawls, and stubbornness are at the root of many under control, so that the generosity and loyalty promised can be fully expressed. So what does that mean? You know, when you're finding your workflow and you're really ironclad about it, not only is it an uphill climb, but it's a lonely road, because you might have a workflow that literally only works for you. And you got to be cool with that. You got to know within your heart, within your soul, that you have everything it takes to make this workflow work for you. If it's only going to be you. Because at the end of the day, the stone that the builders rejected it always ends up being the cornerstone in the end. You know, and there's always a goat. There's always a goat at the top of the cornerstone. The four of earth. You know, there's always a goat on top of the cornerstone. You know, but the goat, he had to make up in his mind that this is what he wanted to do. So I had to make up in my mind, like, yo, I know on the outside, Scorpio, it looks like it looks like it ain't no never happen on the outer level. I don't have a high powered laptop, you know. I don't got $3,000 for software, you know. I don't got this, I don't got that, you know. But I'm transforming. You know, that's why in the beginning I showed y'all what I've been creating. I showed y'all how the baby SU is gonna look. I showed y'all the environments. And the next thing that I want to work on is Shango's castle. You know? And then I gotta build the kingdom in the sky and the kingdom under the sea. Yo, it's so much shit. Woo! It's so much that I gotta do. Like, oh, it's so much that I'm doing with this. Y'all just don't understand. You know? So, you know, when it comes to Sagittarius, for me, when it comes to, you know, me sacrificing things, keeping my self-esteem up high, you know, for me, Sagittarius is in my 4th house. So, you know, dealing with my family who only wanted to see me in a certain light. I'm a Gemini. I'm a life path 11. So I got 2 sides that needs to come out. You know, the baby issue, before I got to know my inner child, the baby issue was Playboy P. You know, that was who my inner child represented. And Playboy P was nothing but a shield to protect my inner child. You know, but my parents, you know, they didn't like that side of me. They didn't like the Playboy P side. They liked Lil Ricky, you know, because, you know, they could control Lil Ricky. They could control him. They could whoop him and tell him what to do. But Playboy P, that nigga was a rebel. You know, when I was on my Playboy P shit, that was when I was the most rebellious at home. That was when I was the most rebellious. Running away from home, you know, staying out all night, you know, doing other things. You know, that was when I was on my Playboy P shit. But now that I know better, you know, and Playboy P, you know, he still has a place. When I'm on stage and I'm rapping, you know, and I'm commanding the stage, you know, that's when Playboy P comes out. But I don't have to be that, you know, anymore as far as on the outer level, you know, because I created my life to where I can be the baby issue and nobody looks at that as weird. You know, I've even created another avatar that the baby issue can be comfortable in, named Mr.BandClap. You know, I had to create Mr.BandClap as a way to show y'all how issue energy, how that energy can do more than just, be a trickster. He can also be a messenger that can teach you some really, really useful shit if you don't judge him by his appearance and the way he chooses to live. Mr.BandClap, this is an avatar. This is one of my many avatars. I'm glad you realize it better now than later. Yeah. So you gotta be very ironclad with your mindset. And this Gemini can also be your thoughts too. Your thoughts trying to attack you. So that's the main thing that you gotta look at. And if you heed this message, this is gonna make you a fiery, mystic, and creative character, endowed with strong persuasion powers and a contagious enthusiasm. Again, this is why Oshun became who she was. And when it comes to you creating this workflow, so you can learn how to express, your creativity and stuff like that in a unique and individual type of way. That's how you have to be on the inside. Thigh designs, you said, is Gemini, Eshu, or the Beiji twins. Gemini represents Elegua, and it can represent the Beiji twins. I always look at Eshu as an Aries or a Virgo. But like I said, every sign in the zodiac can represent the Orishas. There's a Aries Eshu, there's a Capricorn Eshu, there's a Leo Eshu, because we're double. We're duality. We're double. You got a sun and a moon sign. These Orisha energies, they represent extremes, but we all have many of these energies, all of them living inside of us. That's the main thing that you gotta realize. And I had to learn this when I did readings because, like I said, there's some male Oshuns. There are some male Oshuns. And you can't judge them because of how they choose to live. Oshun really gave me a talking to with that. She's like, yo, I have male versions of me, and you got to treat them with the same type of respect that that you would treat that you would treat me as a woman. So in my line of work, when I see people who are LGBT and they come to me for readings and stuff like that, I don't judge them. I gotta hear them out. And the spirit is like, yo, this is a male Oya. This is a Oya that chose to come here, as a man. I just gotta roll with that because that's none of my business at that point. If that's who you are, that's who you are. So and a lot of people in the LGBT, they have identity issues because they feel something inside of them and they spent a lot of their life trying to ignore it, trying to fit themselves into these societal workflows and stuff like that until they reach a certain point where it's like, I just can't hide it no more. I just got to come out. That's why they call it coming out the closet. Real deep. In most cases, Sagittarius is associated with Obatala, the Sagittarian philosopher. The Sagittarian philosopher preacher. That is extremely wise. And he's extremely wise because of all the wild shit that he been through. So when you see Brittany Renner, and I know y'all was like, bruh, why is this nigga talking about wisdom and then you gonna say Brittany Renner? When you see Brittany Renner and she's a Sagittarius, you know, Brittany Renner's a Sagittarius. She's either Sagittarius sun or moon. And she wrote a book. Now, when you look at her life and when you see the things that she's going through, that doesn't make her more or less, that doesn't make her not that energy. Because if anything, you can read her book and you can look at her life and you can see what not to do. And she'll even tell you out of her own mouth, like, yo, you know, when I was younger, before I got with PJ Washington, yeah, I was telling niggas this and this and this, and I was saying this and this and this. But it's like, now that I've been through this experience and this experience and this experience, and I'm finding myself like, yo, like I really want to be like this, but now I put myself in the box and this and this and this, you know. To all the other young girls that's free spirited, don't do it the way I did it. That is Obatala energy as well, you know. So Aquarius, be very intelligent of who and what you associate in your workflow. I don't care if they're your homies or your family. Step 4. When you're trying to build this workflow, be very careful who you associate into your intimate parts of your workflow. I don't care if that's your homie. I don't care if that's your ace boon coon. You know, we could have been superstars. Remember when we was jacking cars? You know, y'all could have been jacking cars. We used to roll with them and stole with them. You know, y'all could have done all that together. But if spirit tells you with this new workflow that you're about to get into, you can't bring these people with you. And these are your homies. These are your family. You know, you gotta have enough intelligence to lead them by the wayside. Because they're gonna do nothing but rock your boat, and that boat is gonna sink. And then once the boat crashes, the main thing that they're gonna be saying is, man, I told you not to do it that way. Man, I knew that way wasn't gonna work from the start. I told you to just pay. I told you to just do it like this. You know, yeah, you got rejected by that woman and all of this. You know, you trying to spit game and it didn't work. I told you to trick off on her. I told you to just pay her. You know, just pay her like $500. Get out the way. You know, I told you to just, you know, you're gonna have homies that's gonna be on that type of shit. You're like, yo, no, you know, I'm more than just my money. You know, I'm not finna trick off and pay these women like you know, like I'm some John and I'm paying a prostitute. No, I don't care. I don't care if I gotta get rejected 50 times. I'm gonna find that one Oshun. I'm gonna find that one baby Oshun that's gonna get with my program, and we're gonna go and conquer the world together. That's the type of mindset that you gotta have. You know, that's the type of security in yourself. That's the type of inner security that you gotta have within yourself. And you got Mars here. You might have to fight. You might have to fight for this. You know, you got to be very passionate because this can make or break you. So you might have to fight. You might have to fight for this. You know, but at the end of the day, this Venus in Pisces can work in your benefit if you take care of this Aquarius in the 4th house, the Venus in Pisces, because you're gonna be so gung-ho on making this dream come true. You know, ain't nothing gonna be able to stop you. You know, and at the end of the day, this is what's gonna give you your expansion and your power with your creative energy. You know, and this is why it's so important that we got to learn how to create our individual unique workflows. It's very important. You know, Because whatever this is that you're trying to accomplish, you know, not only is it going to give you expansion and power when it comes to these creative endeavors that you're trying to do, but this is also with Neptune being here, you know, this is what's going to shine a bright light on anybody else who wants to anybody else who wants to follow in your footsteps. You know, you're shining a bright light. You're you making your dreams come true with your unique workflow. You know, that shines a bright light on the other kid that's coming up, the other girl that's coming up, you know, the other boy that's coming up. You're like, man, I want to create my unique workflow because when this person did it, it worked for them. And look at how they're doing. You know, a lot of times Leos, they care more about being loved than being respected. That's always the argument between Oya and Oshun. Oya like, yo sis, you know, the reason why you get into all of these shenanigans that you get into is because you care more about people loving you than respecting you. You know? And then when the love turn to hate, you be ready to drown niggas. You be ready to drown people. See, Oshun, she got a bad side to her too. She'll drown your ass. You know? And that can be good or bad. You know what I mean? You know? She got that waterfall. She can drown you with that waterfall. You know what I mean? Or she can drown you for real. You know? She can drown you for real. You know? And see, Oya, she gonna be the one while Oshun is taking you to the cleaners because she done drowned you, and now you're waterlogged. You know, Oya gonna be on the shore like, see, I told you. See what happens? See what happens when you're looking for love and you're supposed to be looking for respect? You know? See, love has its place. Don't get me wrong. Love has its place. But in a man's world, respect is king. Love has its place. Trust me, love has its place. But in a man's world, like James Brown say, this is a man's world. You know? In a man's world, respect is king. Fuck love. That's how you can use this spell to your benefit. Because it's like, yo, if you want to be a part of my workflow, there's going to be a very stringent vetting process to be in my workflow. Because there's a certain type of productivity. There's a certain type of productivity that I'm looking for with my workflow. And if you don't fit that productivity model, you know, that I've outlined for you, you know, I'm not hesitant to fire you. You know, think about if men had that type of mindset dealing with women out here. You know, and these men, you know, they got enterprises, they got things that's going on where it requires for them to have multiple employees. I need to have a woman that I can trust that does the accounting. You know, I need to have a woman that I can trust that can be a healer for me. I need a woman that I can trust that can be a housewife. I need a woman that I can trust when it comes to certain things. She can be a priestess for me. I need a woman in my company that can be a undercover witch that nobody knows about, but you wonder why I can get out of shit as quickly as I can. It's because I got this dragon lady Oshun that nobody knows about, and she know how to make shit happen behind the scenes. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. That's what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about optimizing your workflow, this is things that Eshu think about. So when you see that pimp that got a lot of hoes, that is nothing but a artificial offshoot of how Eshu runs his life. You know, Eshu is is a happy, jolly. He's a happy, jolly, free-spirited, essence. That's always got motivation. He always got Nelly said this best in that Shake Your Tail Feather song. He said, no, I think it was Murphy Lee. He was like, I ain't gotta be hard. I got women that handle that. What you think he mean? When a man, he got a baddie, she's a mama chola. She giving him that good loving, that good food. Then he got a high priestess that can always hit him with a spell that's gonna make his day good, make nobody mess with him. Then he got another, another woman that he can trust, that he know that his resources is gonna be cool. How can you not be happy and jolly every day? And then you got money. You always got prosperity coming in because Oshun brings prosperity. How can you not be happy and jolly every day? How can you not be happy and jolly? And that's the type of workflow that we all need to be striving for. A workflow where we can uniquely and originally express our creativity. So, 5th house in Pisces, all of your creativity, it has to do with your dreams. And you got to make sure you're not in la la land with your dreams. So, a man like this, a man with this type of workflow, he's not going to have time just messing with thoughts. He's not going to have time, just messing with hoes. Just going around and just smashing different women, just for the sport of it. He's not gonna have time to do that because he's on a mission. So if you're a woman and you're in my life, you are adhering to, you understand the assignment. That's what women say nowadays. If you're in my life, you understand the assignment. And what's understood ain't got to be explained. And if it got to be explained and maintained, and some firing need to be done, so some more campaigning can be done. Somebody need to be kicked off the if what's understood got to keep being explained and keep being maintained, then somebody's getting kicked off the campaign. I mean? I gotta talk some pimp shit for a minute. You dig? All right, let me stop. Playboy P coming out. But, that's how it is when you run a tight ship. Your dreams are everything. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about your dreams while they're still in your head. So you got to figure out as a man. What's up, Esoteric Esther? The beautiful baby Oya, Dragon Lady, 808. What's popping? What is good with you, my love? So yeah, very, very important. Nobody's gonna fight for your dreams. Nobody's gonna fight for your dreams, but you. While your dreams are in your head, nobody cares about it. So as a man, you got to figure out, how can I bring this dream into reality? And as a woman, what the lick read? So right now, Esoteric Esther, with the energies right now, we're talking about 12 steps. This is the 12-step program of how to optimize your workflow so that your status can be based on your uniqueness and your creativity, and you can be the Ja Lion. So as a woman, this is what turns you into Isis. The exalted Oshun, Isis. As a man, this is what turns you into Ra. Ra, the exalted Shango. And your workflow, you optimizing your workflow so that you can achieve this. There's some steps that you got to do. So step one, Scorpio, you know, you gotta, so step one, you gotta get your business, you gotta clean up your house. You gotta clean up your house on an outer level. You know, you gotta start getting things organized on an outer level. You know, you gotta start being very secretive about your moves. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing with this workflow, because you don't need everybody eyes and mouth trying to talk shit about your workflow, because it's your workflow. And then when it comes to Sagittarius in the second house, you know, when it comes to your values, when it comes to your self-esteem, you got to be wise about what you place your values in and all of this, because this is the foundation. You know, um, when you're applying for a job, when you're in orientation for a job, and you look at your packet, the first thing that you see is the mission statement. So this is your mission statement. You know, your mission statement has to do with wisdom, Obatala, Dambala, you know. And then when it comes to your mindset about this workflow, you got to be ironclad, Capricorn. You got to understand with this mindset that I may have to do a lot of this alone. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with being alone with this mindset. Nobody else has the thoughts that you have when it comes to this, what you're trying to achieve, you know? So when it comes to you getting your workflow together, you got to have an ironclad Ogun mindset, because the people that's going to try to get in your head, you know, these are going to be jealous, aggressive characters reveling in fault finding. You know, you're going to have jealous, aggressive characters that try to look for a fault in your unique workflow. And this is going to lead to violence, brawls, and stubbornness, and the root of many misfortunes if you let that mess up your workflow. You know, and that's why, you know, when you're first starting out, Scorpio, you know, when you're first starting out, you got to be secretive. Now with me, you know, I had to start out showing y'all a lot of shit. I showed y'all, because when it comes to issue, a lot of times we have a lot of creativity. We have a lot of ideas, but you know, people have a tendency to not take us seriously. So if I'm over here asking for donations and I'm over here asking for help, I need to show y'all that yo, I'm serious about what I'm doing. So I had to show y'all, you know, the stuff that I created. I had to show you the environments that I created with Unreal Engine 5. Me not knowing no gaming experience, no development artistic experience, but I was able to take something out of my head and put it out so y'all can see it. You know, I had to show y'all the baby SU. I had to show y'all the model of the baby SU so y'all can see that I wasn't playing. But that's it. I can't show y'all nothing else just yet. You know, because the next time I show y'all something, it's gonna be the baby SU talking. He's gonna be talking. He's gonna be fully clothed, and he's gonna be in the environment, in the Unreal Engine environment. That's the next goal that I'm setting for myself. You know, and once I get to that point, I may start a crowdfunding, because now I got a project. Now I got a project that I can really show people like, yo, so this is what I could do alone. Imagine if I had a team of people that I could trust in my workflow to help me with this. And I already got a couple people that's down. You know, Esoteric Esther, you know, she's gonna be an Oya character. You know, I got someone who may be a Oshun, a baby Oshun. You know, I'm trying to figure that out. You know, but that's how it is. So also, when you're trying to create your unique workflow that works for you, and you're going to be able to use this workflow to express your creativity one day. Oh, look at the cat. Look at the cute cat. I had to show y'all the cat. he wanted to hear this game too. So, you got to be very intelligent. You got to be very intelligent of who you let associate with your workflow, even if they're your homies, even if they're your family. You got to be very intelligent when it comes to who you let associate with you in your workflow. You know, and you got Mars here, so you're gonna have to fight. You know, some people, you know, they might want to fight you on it. Like, come on, man, I can't be a part of your shit, man, and I've known you for this long. You know, remember when we were jacking cars? We could have been superstars. You know, you know, stuff like that. You gotta be, and the thing about it is, you know, Venus and Pisces in the 4th house. You know, when it comes to the reason why you're doing this, because you love your dreams so much that you don't want people to be able to get to you in an intimate type of way, because you know you got certain family members that you really rock with, and even if you don't want to admit to this, you know, you got some people in your family, if they start discouraging you enough, it might make you want to stop doing it. So that's the reason why you got to be intelligent of who you allow in the intimate parts of your workflow. Very intelligent, you know. And then we got the 5th house. Everything about your workflow, the goal is to make your dreams come true. And if you've done all of this correctly, the dreams that you're going to make come true is going to make you have a midheaven in Leo. It's going to give you that status of being the Jah Lion, the status of being Isis. So you're not in La La Land. So this not somebody that's in La La Land. The only way you could be in La La Land is if you disregarded all of this other shit. You know? So your creative energy, it gotta, you know, the reason why the baby Oshun ended up being the Queen Yalorde in her Leo moon form is because of her mother. Her mother being able to exalt her energy when it mattered the most. You know, it's nothing more beautiful than a baby Oshun and her mother. You know, because a lot of times, you know, that Yemoyada went through some real crazy shit before Oshun was born. And then once the baby Oshun gets here, she's like this ball of joy. She's just like this beautiful ball of joy, you know. And Yemoya love Oshun. You know, that's why Oshun becomes a homebody. The more she stays around her mother, the more she stays around her mother, the more she becomes a homebody. And that was Encanto. The main character of Encanto represented the version of Oshun that is the homebody, because she had to learn more from her grandmother. Very important, you know. So when it comes to your work ethic, when it comes to your work ethic, when it comes to this workflow, you know, you got to be extremely passionate, because this is where things can crash the most. You can have all of this, you know, going good, but then this right here can stop you in your tracks. If the fire is going when it comes to your work ethic, it's a highway to hell. You know, it's a highway to hell. Anybody know about Pokemon? When Charmander, he's a dragon, a baby dragon, and he has a tail with fire at the end. Once that fire goes out in Charmander's tail, he dies. And he's no longer useful in Pokemon battles. He's no longer useful in battle. When you're a warrior and your fire is gone, you got nothing else to work for. You know? Think about these men, these Shangos that got their kids taken away from them. You know, and that was the main thing that kept them going. And then they broke up. You know, it was a chaotic Oya type of divorce, and now he can't see his kids. And you can look at that man's face and tell how broken he is because of that. You know, y'all don't understand how much of the statistics of suicide is on black men. Black men are committing suicide more than women. You know, so this is very important. You know, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be that person who had everything. You had everything to be the Lion. But just because your work ethic, you didn't have the work ethic. This is like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, think about all the rings. Allen Iverson is such a good player. Allen Iverson he revolutionized the game of basketball. That's what Shango does. When he comes in, he revolutionizes the game from the old way. You know, when you see how a lot of these people, a lot of these young guys, the way they dress and the way they act, all of that shit came from people like Allen Iverson. You know, but out of all the things that we can say that Allen Iverson did to revolutionize the game, he don't have a ring to show for it. And what was the thing that he always used to say? Practice. Man, we talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice. You know? So just think. Now, for my battle rappers, for my battle rap fans, this also represents New Jersey twerk. Now, New Jersey twerk, he's like one of my favorite battle rappers because he represents Shango. I shook his pride like twerk coming. Nigga look alive. He died with his eyes wide open. The nigga look alive. You know, my pen just better. I did the salsa, but now it's big Berettas. Till I hit him with the loud 50. Now that's a little bow. Wow. You're going to have to bounce with me. You know? Little Nine had a 15 to her. She had a kissing yet. Bow. You know? When New Jersey twerk came into battle rap, he revolutionized the battle. He revolutionized battle rap. You know? Now you hear everybody talking about they got a bigger 9 and little 9 and, you know, doing a little bounce, doing a little. Oh damn, I can't show y'all. You know, doing a little twerk bounce, doing a little bounce. You know, the little boxing stance that twerk be in. You know, but what was twerk's biggest downfall? New Jersey twerk biggest downfall was his lack of work ethic. You know, he kept choking the battles that really, really mattered the most. You know, New Jersey twerk, he kept choking in those battles. You know, and it'll be after he said a dope ass line. He'll be done said a dope ass line, and then he be like, oh shit, you know, he forgot the words. And now everybody's like, oh, because when it comes to battle rap, you can have a good battle. But if you choke one time, if you forget your material one time, it's over. You know? Even if you got the energy. So what they say in battle rap, a prepared twerk is God tier. A prepared twerk is God tier. Because he got an individual style. Leo in the 10th house. He expresses his creativity in an Aries type of way. You know, yelling and screaming. He sound like a preacher. You know, I wasn't gonna. I told Clip's mama, don't worry, baby. I'm I'm not gonna lose the match. He about to get that old classic ass. He gonna get that old classroom ass whooping. The ruler's back. Ruger clap. I got the shotty. I bumped the 40. I pull out the shotty. No hablo inglés, papi. You know? So the twerk method, it comes from preaching. And preaching, you know, that's always been something to captivate the masses. So he got that shit in the bag, you know? I really feel like twerk was meant to be a preacher. Just like a lot of issues, a lot of messengers, you know, a lot of since preaching is the biggest programming that we see when it comes to messengers, preachers, and politicians. You know, like, yo, twerk should have been a preacher, you know? But his downfall is his lack of work ethic. He be trying to freestyle. He'll come up with his rounds like 20 minutes before the battle start. And when you got all that adrenaline and you gotta stop, you know, you say a dope ass line and everybody is cheering and you gotta be like, hold on. You know, while you doing all of that, you done forgot your material. You know? And when it comes to the main stage, when it comes to the big stage, and this is with anything, when it comes to the big stage, we don't want to hear excuses. We want to see alpha essence. When you're in your kingdom and you gotta stand up and you gotta tell a speech to the people, you know, what that look like when you got a king and he's trying to tell his speech to the people and then he forget the words. And this is supposed to be a very important speech about a war that's coming. You know, it make you not take the king seriously. And we can't have that. So that's the reason why until a couple days ago, y'all haven't been seeing New Jersey twerk in battle rap. You know? Because he's been working on himself. He's been trying to figure out what is my optimized workflow. You know? Aries in the sixth house. How can I optimize my workflow so I can stop choking in battles? And he just came back, and this is how I know that everything is everything. He battled this guy named Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. You know? Oya, the Snake Eyes. Oya, Snake Eyes. And he obliterated him. I heard he beat him. And the reason why he beat him, it wasn't necessarily because Twerk had better bars. The reason why he beat him was because this time he didn't choke. He was able to get through all of his content. He was able to get through all of his material without choking. And when it comes to Shango, he's the same way. A well-prepared, a well-seasoned Shango can rule nations. That's the reason why this system of solar beings never want you to look at your black man as Ra. They never want you to look at your black man as the Jah Lion. That's why they're doing all of these spells, you know, to make you feel like you got to be less of a man in order for you to, you know, to get the things of this world. You got to be effeminate. You got to play into these spells and these rituals and all of that in order for you to, you know, to get anything, to be recognized, in order for you to share the main stage, Leo. You know, it always got to be some drama. You know, you always got to come off as someone that can't be trusted, Scorpio. You always got to come off as someone that's unwise, Sagittarius. You always got to come off as someone who can easily be broken, Capricorn. You got to come off as someone. You got to come off as someone who you know, who could have had it all, Adele, who could have had it all, but they caved in because they were not intelligent about who they associated with. They always want you to come off as someone who's super emotional, a super emotional, effeminate man, because he was raised by a single mother, and that's the excuse. He was raised by a powerful, a Venus heavy, powerful, delusional single mother. That's the spell that's being casted, that they want you to believe about black men and black women too. You know? So this is important. This is the most important piece. You know, Eshu, he's the best kept secret. He's like the piece that everybody rejects. But when you don't have Eshu, you know, how do you know if you're doing anything right? If you don't got haters, how can you know if you're doing right? You know, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. If you don't have issues in your life, you know, even if they're little issues, you know, that means you ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. And the baby Eshu, he don't like being around people that ain't doing nothing. If he see you and you ain't doing nothing, he gone. He's waddling away into the forest where he can go do stuff. And you start to have issues in your life when you don't have no place for your creativity to go other than some soulless being shit. You're going to always have issues in your life. You know, until you learn how to optimize your workflow so that way, you know, your inner child can come out and express the true pureness of your creative essence, you know, and you can be known, you can have this status as the jaw lion that you always was meant to have. Very important. So when you're doing this workflow, your partnerships and your relationships got to be extremely stable. Now, what makes your partnership stable? What makes your, when you're trying to do this workflow and you got to work with other people, what makes everybody stable? You know, and you know, you got a company full of people. Everybody's got a stable mind and they're working toward a common goal, you know, within the company. Why is it, what makes everybody so stable, you know, in your partnerships? The reason why, you got to see where Libra is at, you know. So Libra is in the 12th house. So, you know, balance. The reason why you need to partner up with people that they're done being in la la land trying shit that don't work. You know, if you're a man and you're looking for a ISIS to help to be in your workflow, you gotta get with a woman that's tired of messing up, that's tired of making the same mistake, dealing with the same type of guy, that's looking for someone that's unique and original. And they've been doing the shadow work and they've transformed back into a baby so they're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They're ready because they're like, yo, you know, this person right here ain't nothing like what I'm used to dealing with, you know. And then also the stability, it comes from wisdom. That's the reason. So when everybody, and this is a spell. This is a spell that's been casted when it comes to our world. You know, they want to create a one world government, a one God government, to where everybody believe in the same God. You know, and that'll never work. That'll never work. But if you're partnering with stable people, and look at that, you got the North Node here, you got Uranus here, you got Mercury. So there needs to be a vetting process, Mercury, a communication that this is in the 6th house. This is why we're still talking, we're still working. You know, we ain't even got to the relationship, and I'm telling you about all the stability that I have in my life, and I don't want that to change because I'm adding you. Steve the Dean said it best. He's like, yo, I tell my women, yo, I'm a drama-free guy. I don't like drama. I don't like chaos. Shango, he don't like Oya using black magic around him. That's a no-go. And everybody got a boundary. See, Taurus is all about boundaries. Everybody got a boundary. You know, You may not like women who dibble dabble in magic. So that got to be something that you talk about at the beginning of the working stages. It's like, yo, my workflow doesn't require a high priestess. You got to know that about yourself. Me personally, I have a bunch of high priestesses around me. You know, I got elders who be praying for me, and they be praying for me just in case the high priestesses fuck up. You know, I got onion layers of protection by elder women because they got the power. See, the men, they gonna make sure you straight on the outer level. They see you being fucked with, hey man, nah, not him. Hey, leave that nigga alone, man. I beat your ass over him. You know, don't do that. You know. But see, the women, they behind closed doors. They got the candles out. You know, they got the candles out. They got the herbs out. They got the cauldron out, and they doing the real magic. So you gonna be super straight. You got some high priestesses that are stable, and they understand the assignment. You know, and what's they gonna do? See, this right here. You partnering with stable people because all of y'all got the same wisdom, and the wisdom come from all of y'all. Y'all know what it feels like to be in la la land with shit that don't work, and y'all all are trying to come up, and we all help each other. You know, so with this North Node and this North Node, you know, this is what all of us are learning right now in your relationships, in your partnerships, in all of that, you know. And at the end of the day, this can make you or break you. If you don't take this North Node, seriously in Taurus, in the 7th house, you know, this talks about the degree describes a reversal. This is a reversal of fortune at the pinnacle of your career. You know, look at what's going on in the world right now. All these men, they were at the pinnacle of their career, and because of a partnership with an unstable person, now they're either dead or they're like Will Smith. You know? So this is just me showing you, like, yo, like, I'm not just talking. Like, I took like 10-20 minutes and really looked at this natal chart and asked Spirit, like, yo, what is it that I need to talk about? And Spirit was like, yo, what have you been doing all day? Talk about that. So what I've been doing all day is learning how to optimize my workflow. You know? And Spirit was like, just talk about optimizing your workflow, because that's what everybody's going to be doing, you know, during this time. And it makes sense. You know, that's how I can talk. I can talk about something, then I can read it, and it just makes sense. The fall is a consumer of the social status, and indicates a risk of dishonor and all kinds of losses. One relies too blindly in one's own strength and undertakes projects without having carefully assessed its assets and weaknesses. You know, the danger of fall also applies to physical accidents as well as moral and social matters. At the end of the day, this played a part into the fall of Shango. You know, because it was like, once, even though him and Oshun did great things together, Shango was already gone. After he got back with Oya the second time, after Obanani betrayed him, bro, he was pretty much done with women. You know, he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just be a bachelor. But then you can't be a bachelor and be a king. You gotta have a queen, you know. So Oshun was the perfect one. But at the end of the day, you know, Oshun, she's not like Obanani. She can have her own version of her sister, but Oshun is like, I'm not my sister. You can't. I know. I remind you a lot. I know I remind you a lot of my sister, and my sister is a great woman in her own right. You know, and she made a way for herself by being who she is. But Shango, I'm not her. You can't turn me into Obanani. I'm a free spirit. You know, yes, I'll be your queen. Yes, I will heal you and all of those great things. Yes, I'll be a good mother to your children, but I'm a free spirit. I still gotta, you know, I still gotta disappear and find the baby SU and be a baby. I can't be a baby in this castle with you. I can't, because Oshun, she has this hidden insecurity about her that she feels like nobody understands. Every baby Oshun got that one insecurity that they feel like nobody understands but issue, because he a baby too. And when she looks at the world and she sees how Eshu is mistreated, and she knows if nobody else knows how great Eshu is, Oshun does. That's why when you got a Virgo and a Leo together, oh my God, man, that's some, you know, because she's always gonna shine a light on what y'all don't notice. You know, you just gotta make sure that she's not vindictive about it. You know, so this is very important. Uranus, you know, independence, originality, you know, at the end of the day, and this is what I had, this is what I learned with me optimizing my workflow. You know, I know that I can only go but so far on my own, and I know that I can only go but so far for free. So I had to end up paying for some shit, you know, because I mean, you know, nothing, even though the best things in life are free, you dealing in this world, you know, things cost money. So some things you just gotta pay for it. But it don't mean that you gotta pay the price that everybody else gotta pay. It could be a small price, you know, it could be a small price. But at the end of the day, if you think that this you know, strong, independent, you think that's gonna translate into a relationship, you got another thing coming. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, you know. So when it comes to those secrets, don't be a chatty patty. Don't be a chatty patty about your secrets, about your business, you know, because at the end of the day, you're gonna always have hidden enemies. You're gonna have hidden two-faced, manipulative, double-minded enemies. And a lot of these enemies, you're not gonna see them out. They're gonna be hidden in the shadows. They're gonna be hidden. You know, you gotta be versed with the dark side in order to see them for who they are. See, when I'm acting in my inner child and I look people in their eyes, I can see if they got my best interests at heart or not. And certain things would happen to where, you know, they'll just, you know, just fizzle out of my life. And I don't run behind people that fizzled out of my life, because it's a reason why they fizzled out. And a lot of people, they don't know that. They don't understand that. Some people, you know, when Oya is cleaning house, you know, the reason why she's cleaning your house is because, you know, there's some hidden things, some hidden shit that you're just not paying attention to. That's why she got to go and clean up your house anyway. That's why she got to clean up the house anyway. So let her, you know, let her. Let Oya expose to you let Oya expose to you the two-faced, double-minded people, places, things, and situations that's keeping you from achieving this. Let her. I know it might sting, Scorpion. I know it might sting. I know it might be a two-edged sword, but trust me, in the end, it's all gonna work out. In the end, you're gonna thank Oya. When you transformed into the Jah Lion, you transformed into the Queen Yalorde, you're gonna thank your big sister Oya for looking out for you. Even though, she might have did it in a real, chaotic way. She might have to sleep with your man to show that your man ain't shit. She had to show you some text messages and some screenshots of your man sending her dick pics because you think you just got this dream guy. And y'all about to get married, and he over here sending dick pics to Oya. And you think, and you and Oya, y'all might fall out for a while because you think, damn man, why did my sister do me like this? But then, you didn't cooled off. Years later, you didn't got with the baby issue. Y'all are living a very adventurous life together. And you got to go back and apologize to Oya. Because you like, you know what, sis? I appreciate you for doing that, because if you would have never done that, I would have been married and miserably married to that guy, and I would have never found the baby issue that I was meant to be with. And vice versa. Vice versa when it comes to guys. We can really be blinded by this because we're so busy trying to keep all of this in order. So, sometimes you got a Oya that's a accountant. She's like, why is it that these numbers, I'm doing your taxes and these numbers aren't looking right. Are you sure that people are paying you the way that they supposed to be paying you? Because you're supposed to be making way more money than this. Like, what's going on? And you like, man, see, you worrying about you worrying about business that don't even concern you. I ain't asked you to do all that. I just want you to do my taxes and that's it. I got my homies taking care of my money. They're not gonna fuck me over. They're not gonna do me wrong. I got my homies. I got my fam. We all came up together. We all came up in the streets together. And then, Oya gotta do some shit, some undercover type shit to expose some shit and let you know, like, yo, these people that you thought were your homies, on the low, they were stealing from you. Look at that. Ask your homie that new Maybach that he bought. Where he get that money from? Y'all went to the strip club and your homie had all of this money to throw up to the strippers. Ask him where he got that money from and provide sources. And a lot of times when it comes to this situation, you wait too long you wait too long to trust Oya. You wait too long to trust her. And then now she got to clean up the pieces. She got to pick up the pieces, because with Karis here, Karis and Gemini, this is like an innocence. This is like an innocence type energy that if you let that Karis, if you don't guide Karis in the way that she should go, she could be the reason for your downfall. And it'll be a downfall you didn't even see it coming, but the signs were always there. So this is a swift, shrewd, and inventive character, driven by high ideals and endowed with strong persuasion powers. A host of good ideas continuously jostle together in the mind and must be sorted out in order to discriminate between what is essential and what is incidental. So this is the type of attitude that a lot of these two-faced, double-minded people that's trying to tell you about your workflow, this is how they're going to try to manipulate their way in. Yo, homie, I know you got this system going on right here, man, but remember how we used to do it growing up when we used to hustle? I think you need to add this element in. I think you need to do it like this. I think you need to add that, because that's how we used to do it in the streets, man. This is how we used to do it in the streets. And you supposed to be optimizing your workflow, not hustling backwards, not moving backwards, you know. But the more you let this permeate, and you don't listen to Oya, you don't listen to Legba, because Legba can also be a Scorpio. You don't listen to Legba because you don't like the way he's delivering it. You don't want to listen to Oya because you're looking at her life and you're like how the fuck can you tell me anything and your life is chaotic? But she's really giving you game, you know. This is how you fall. The pride comes before the fall. If you're prideful about any of this and you just want to have an impulse to just do it your own way, and you're not taking into account the things that I was saying, the pride cometh before the fall. And the same thing that's going to give you a high status is the same thing that's going to be the root cause of your downfall. You know? And at the end of the day, you know, we also got a vertex in Gemini. So all of this secret energy, you know, secret, subtle, courageous character. Life starts under the best. But having reached its heights, the career undergoes numerous ups and downs. One discovers that the people that you have helped behave with ingratitude. See, this is what you find out after you've been burned. After you've been burned, this is the attitude that you have after you've already been burned, the counter ascendant. So the vertex is the counter ascendant. So Scorpio in the first house, this is the ascendant. Oya is trying to clean this up because she see this coming. She see all of this coming. But if you don't let her clean up and organize what needs to be organized because you don't like how it looks on the outer level, that's the pride that she's going to remind you about that comes before the fall. And Oya loves saying I told you so. See, Oshun, she'll kind of dance around it, because she don't really want to spare your feelings. Like, she already know, she can already see that your heart is broken, so she don't want to, you know. But Oya, she like, yeah, nigga. See, look what I told you. Now you over here busted and disgusted. And no, you can't sleep on my couch because this couch got plastic on it. You know. You better hope you don't have a shrewd Aunt Yansa in the first house. Because if she was the one that tried to expose to you the hidden issues in your workflow before it got bad, she's gonna be relentless. She's not gonna hear no sob. She's not gonna want to hear no sob story. She gonna hit you with the Melanie. Do you know who you are? Do you remember who you are? She gonna hit you with the Melanie. Shout out to Melanie, the spirit doula. She always be talking about that. She's a Aries Leo. You know? Always reminding us, soul family, of who we are and how we need to move. So I'm here to show you how to optimize your workflow so you can move more efficiently. It's all about moving efficiently. You know? So, ninth house in Cancer, you know. So this is old wisdom. You know, with a lot of this game that made the greats of old great. You know, a lot of our parents and stuff like that, they're not teaching us that type of game. So this is someone who's always looking for ways to improve, but it's about wisdom. Now, with some of us, this wisdom comes from the home. But some of us, you know, our home was a la-la land, Pisces. Some of our homes was in la-la land, which means that, you know, maybe you need to go out and get a mentor. Maybe in order for you to optimize your workflow, you might have to meet someone that is an elder in your energy. You know, if you're a baby Shango, You might need to get under a Obatala to help you with your workflow, because he can give you the game that you need to help you to improve. You know, if you're a baby, if you're a legba, don't look down on the baby SU, because y'all are one and the same. I hate when elders look down on the youth, and the youth are providing new ways to move, and new ways, and new things. And the elders, they want to stick with the old way, and the old way have been out of style. The old way have been, they've been created patches and stuff in the game so that the old way don't work no more. you know so if you're a old legba, the worst thing you can do is look down on SU, because once upon a time, you too was a baby SU at one point in time. And you need to always remember how you were criticized and ostracized, and how you were kicked out, and all of that, because you wanted to have your own voice. you know so this is important for optimizing your workflow. This is Odua. This is Odua energy. This is Orisha Oko energy. This is Dambala energy. You know, this is that old wisdom. The reason why these companies that you see are so prominent, because old money was used to build these companies. So a lot of these companies that's owned by the 13 families, they ain't going nowhere, because that's old money. And that's the real fight. That's the real fight that's going on. The old money versus the technocracy. Because you can't really monitor Bitcoin like you can monitor a fiat dollar. And that's what they fear. They fear too many people being a part of this decentralized environment, to where they got too much freedom. Their mind is too free. See, in this world, the way that it is now, it's easy for you to be controlled, because everything costs money. And what Michael Jackson say? You a lie for you, I die for you. I'll even sell my soul to the devil for the love of money. You say you can monitor Bitcoin, but not every cryptocurrency is centralized. And then they got something called a wallet that you can put your coins in, and don't nobody know about it. If you forget the password to that wallet, you can't even go to the company that you got the wallet from to retrieve your password. And they tell you that when setting up your account. They're like, yo, some people, they got a wallet and it's in like a thumb drive or something like that. And nobody knows about that. But see, that money, that dollar got a serial number on it, and it can always be traced. That's what I mean. And that's the new way that is trying to replace the old way. I never in a million years thought that I would see a Bitcoin ATM, a Bitcoin credit card. There's a version of Amazon that you can use cryptocurrency. You can use cryptocurrency to buy land and buy houses and all of that. So where's that old cat? That old cat that's sitting on the rocking chair, man. All these young bucks, all these young dudes over here, in this crypto, that crypto ain't going nowhere. You ain't no be able to do nothing with that. And you got millionaires that got their money from NFTs and stuff. You got Snoop Dogg, you got Tory Lanez, you got people in the media now talking about NFTs and stuff. Digital art. Who would have thought? But yet and still, you can go to a brick and mortar museum with some ugly ass pictures that look like somebody just threw up on the canvas, and those paintings are worth millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. So that'll be the comeback for that. You know. So when you're trying to optimize your workflow, you got to make sure that your wisdom is based on is based on some old wisdom, some old game. Make sure you got some elders in your workflow. Make sure you got some elders that can always give you some wisdom. You know, inflation in the money. Yeah. You know, they trying their best to find ways to stop the technocracy, but you know, this is the new world order. You know, this is the new world order that they talked about all the time. You know, so this is how you achieve your status. 10th house, midheaven in Leo. Keep your heart, Oshun. Keep your heart. Go back to the video that I dropped a few years ago. It was called Keep Your Heart. You know how Oshun rose. She rose because she kept her heart in the midst of it all. In the midst of all of this, keep your good heart and your righteous spirit. The Bible says, create in me a clean heart and a righteous spirit. You know, they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength, and they will mount up with wings as eagles. And you will walk and never, you will run and not be weary. You will walk and never faint. You know, I told y'all I used to be a preacher in my past life. So I can quote some Bible scriptures all day, you know, and still get back to this Orisha astrology, because it all ties in. It all ties in. The 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines, Ophiuchus, the 13, Jesus, you know, Eshu, the baby Eshu, the baby Jesus. You know, they told you that in The Boss Baby. That movie called The Boss Baby. That's Eshu. That is a scorpionic Eshu. Because Scorpio Eshus, they always get kicked out the porch at an early age. You know? And they end up being shrewd bosses in whatever they decide to do. You know? If they decide to be in the streets, they the nigga in the streets that nobody messes with, because that nigga crazy. You know? And he don't give a fuck. The police don't even like dealing with him, because he don't give a fuck. You know? But if you've done everything up to this point, and you're receiving the fruits of your labor, don't let it go to your head. Because remember, pride comes before the fall. Pride comes before the fall. You know? And this is and this right here, this can either be the fall. This can either be the fall, or this can be the security that keeps you at the top. Because now you're whole, you know? So when you're trying to optimize your workflow, keep your heart. Don't go too far off into the deep end just because you're trying to cut corners to optimize your workflow. I ain't telling you to go out here and rob and steal, because that's easier than paying money. No. Because you will have to sacrifice your body and have to come back here and do it again if you decide to do that. It's not going to end well for you. You know? Now, when it comes to so now you're the popular one, because you've shown that your way works. You've shown that your way works, so now you're the popular one. Now, how do you keep your heart? You always got to associate with the underdog. Just to keep yourself on your toes. You know, you got to always, even if your way has gave you popularity, you got to understand that a flow is ever changing. A flow is ever changing. A flow is ever transforming. You know? So you always got to keep your ear to the streets. Always, always, always check on the baby issue and see what he's associating with. You know? And always, this is a 22 degree. So this can either be a baby issue or an elder issue. Always keep some elder issues that's always going to give you a fresh perspective on both sides to think about something. Because at the end of the day, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in the 7th house, in the 6th house in Taurus. So when the baby issue or the elder issue is giving you some game and you feel like that game ain't gonna work, remember, he's coming from a stable place. And whatever he's showing you, whatever he's telling you to do, he's already shown and proved it himself. Because because in the 2nd house is Sagittarius. So he went through a lot of experiences. This baby issue, he went through a lot of 2nd house and Sagittarius experiences. So this is why he feels so confident to communicate this with you, Mercury and Taurus. So it would be in your best interest, 10th house in Virgo, to associate with these types of issues. You know? Because when you're this popular person because you created a unique and individual way to express your creativity, you know, you're gonna automatically attract a lot of yes men, a lot of fans, a lot of yes men. And these yes men, they're only gonna rock with you while the getting is good. While this is good, while this is good, your associations, they're always gonna want to rock with you. You know? Where's Aquarius? Let me see. Aquarius is in the 4th house. Right? Yep. So these can be your homies too. That's why I was saying step 4, make sure that you're very intelligent of who you associate with, because once you get this popularity and now you're on top of the world, you know, you're gonna have all of these street niggas. See, SU can also represent the hood niggas, the street niggas that's gonna try to associate with you. This represent MC Hammer. You know, he was trying to give back to the hood. This represent Nipsey Hussle. He tried to give back to the hood, you know. And one of them had to reinvent themselves from the bottom up, and the other one is dead. You know? And that's what happens when you have an infestation of issues. When you have an infestation of issues, you gotta throw the whole shit away. You know? When you got a house and it got a super bad hoarding, you've been hoarding, you know, you don't want to throw stuff away, so you've attracted all these bugs, all these rats, you know. Sometimes it gets so bad you got to just throw the whole house away, and you got to start off fresh and new, you know. And if you've been working on this system for so long, this can be painful to do. Starting all over, that can be painful to do, you know. So that's why it's, you know, Virgo, you know, we always try to get it right the first time. So we always analyzing, because we want to get it right the first time. We don't want to have to, you know, do stuff over and over and over again. So that's important. 11th house. And at the end of the day, 12th house in Libra, you know, keep your desires balanced. Keep your ordeals, your secrecy, your solitude, keep all of that balanced. Keep your desires balanced. I know when you get this going to give you a lot of popularity. It's going to give you a lot of money. It's going to give you a lot of fame and fortune. Don't be unbalanced. with your desires. Don't let the demon come out because you got all this fame, and now the demon come out. You know, they say when people get rich and they start acting a certain way, you know, it was because they've always had that in them, but they was just too broke to be who they really are. Don't let that be you. You know, because like I said, you not adhering to these three. These three can be your fall after you done all of this right. Look at these three houses. You know, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Dragon energy. Drag you down to hell, dragging you down to hell. You know, these three energies don't got no planetary alignments. See, this is all the hard work. You had to do all of this hard work to get right here. And then you pussyfoot around. You know, you don't take these three seriously because they don't have no alignment. They don't got no planetary stuff around it to put some fire up under you. So you just disregard this, and this is your downfall. You're the one that everybody talks about, who used to be this, and now they're in the underworld. That you used to be a great queen. You used to be a great king. You had your heyday, but now you're in the underworld. Now you're in the underworld and nobody cares about you. And now you got to be Akasha. You got to be the librarian. You got to be the divine librarian. You know, when at first you was a very powerful queen. Obanani was even a more powerful queen than Oshun. But Oshun, because she learned from Obanani, she was able to rise higher in status than Obanani did. When God himself tells you you're the queen of queens, that's the highest honor. That's the highest honor that you can have. But the reason why Olodumare called Oshun the queen of queens was because of her heart. Because of her heart. There was so much evil that Oshun could have did with her power, but she decided to be generous and have a good heart. And this is stuff that you're not going to really hear about Oshun. You know, we don't hear about, a lot of times we don't hear about the very powerful, impactful, good things that these Orisha energies do. We always hear about the stuff that's the most popular. You know, oh, you know, she slept around with a lot of men. You know, Oshun, she slept around with a lot of men. She had a bunch of kids. You know, think about if this Oshun energy was in a body, all the scrutiny that she would get. You know, but all of those things, it led her to be the generous queen that a lot of the same people that talk shit about her, you know, if she would have never kept her heart and put you in and she put you in a position where you can be on a high horse, you know, because she saw you struggling when she was down here, you know, when y'all was turning tricks together, you know, she saw you struggling, you know, she like, yo, I'm gonna get out the game and I'm gonna make some of myself and I'm gonna bring you up with me, you know. And then she becomes a madam, you know. So now she got people under her. And she don't gotta go out and do the dirty work no more, you know. And you over here, you behind her back talking all this shit behind her back. And if it wasn't for her giving you a job, you know, you would be doing the same shit that you was doing when y'all was both at the bottom. I don't get that. I don't get how people can do that. But alas, if y'all heed this message, y'all will be glad that you did. And you too will have a fully optimized workflow. And you can use this workflow to self-improve and And you can use this workflow so that you can finally be able to express yourself creatively, the way that you always knew that you were meant to be viewed. You know, we all want to be viewed because of our good heart. You know, not because of being shrewd and not because of all of that, but you know, we also have to show, yo, in order for me to have this good heart for y'all, I had to protect it from a lot of things, and I still got to protect it from a lot of things. You know, and that's how we all are when we're protecting our inner child. But the key is putting your inner child, putting yourself in a position to where you can fully be your inner child without having to worry about hiding your inner child all the time. You know, that's the big thing. That's the big thing that we should all be. That's the big thing that we should all be trying to strive for. You know, that's the big thing that we all should be striving for right now. So that's it, y'all. Um, let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. There I go. I'm a Face. Hi, it's me, Face. And Blues Clues is up next on Nick Jr. Let me see. Oh, what's up, Cosmic Ray? What's good? This live is gonna stay up so you can watch the playback. Yeah, it's late. Leave a comment and let me know if y'all would like for me to do live astrology alignment readings. Because last time I did it and I ain't hardly get nobody in the room. So I'm not gonna do live readings unless there's something that y'all really, really want. And I feel like y'all can benefit from it. So leave a comment. Let me know if y'all would like for me to do live readings. Because I definitely do them. You know. But, you know, and you know, the money would be nice. But I'm not going to exert myself in that type of way, no matter the money, if it's not something that, you know, that's going to be feasible for my workflow. Because unlike a lot of y'all, I don't have a lot of ways to recharge when I do stuff like that. You know, the good part is that I'm by myself, so you know, I can have me a little spliffy, and don't worry about, and I ain't got to worry about passing it to nobody, and I can just zone out, you know, and go within, zone out, meditate, go within, and get my workflow back together. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all got something from that. I hope y'all learned something. Y'all know when I come out, when I go live, when I come out of hiding and I go live, you know, everybody need to gather around because we're going to have a lot to talk about. Whether it's me in my truck, whether it's me on OBS, you know, whether it's a podcast or a rant video. You know, we're going to have a lot to talk about, you know. And when y'all don't see me, it's because I'm doing stuff. I'm being the baby SU. I'm doing stuff. So if y'all want to support me, www.bandclaptv.com. You know, you get a reading from me. I always put my donation links on the descriptions of all of my videos. Also, follow me on Patreon. What I may do for Patreon, I may add some videos, some more in-depth videos showing my workflow on how I'm creating this baby SU animation. Because I'm gonna end up making a whole nother channel just strictly for my animations. But that's coming, that's on down the line, you know. So if y'all wanna, if y'all are interested in seeing how I'm doing this, you know, how I'm making this and all of that, join my Patreon at www.patreon.com/mythology. www.patreon.com/BandClapTV. And until next time, peace.